make you go for black and white. Right, closing it anyway. Fuck. Let's see how much that affected me. Nope. Do. There we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the worst live stream in history. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to make some monsters. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. You're welcome to wander around. Keep me on in the background. It's background noise. But yeah, I'm going to get to work, watch some shit, and that'd be it.
Lower prices on your faves, like the McChicken, Filet Fish, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, and bacon meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less. Everyone wants perfect hair, but not all of us can be as lucky as Zendaya. Or can we? What if I told you that her hair always looks so good, not because of high-end stylists, but because she knows the secret to perfect hair?
Hello, welcome to the live stream. Gonna watch some, well, listen to some videos and work on some of my monsters.
Over the last year, we've been dissecting, bisecting, and uncovering all there is to know about your hair. And today, we're answering the biggest question you never knew to ask. What is your hair type? Is it curly, straight, wavy, or all of the above?
I've always just known I have curly hair, but I don't really know what type of curly hair. But I think that there are multiple.
Yeah, that is possible. We've talked a lot about the ins and outs of hair on this channel, and
how you guys doing tonight?
what remains consistent is that no one's hair is exactly the same. And that's because hair is complicated. There are 12 major hair types, each with its own specific needs. But don't worry, dear. While that may seem overwhelming, I've made an easy 4-step guide on how to diagnose any head of hair. By the end of this episode, you will be able to name not only your overall hair type, but your shape, texture, density, and porosity, which is
Fluffy and frizzy. That's my hair.
4 key things you need to know to finally get your perfect hair. By knowing all of this, you will know how often you need to wash your hair, how much moisture it needs, and more, no matter how you choose to style or not style. I don't know. I don't judge. And dears, if you want to get an A on this test, you'll need to do it along with me and leave your results in the comments. Your hair type is made up of 2 main parts, the number and the letter. The number tells you what your hair shape is, while the letter is the texture. So we're going to start with numero uno. The shaped hair can typically be sorted into 4 main shapes: straight, wavy, curly, and coily. These are represented by the numbers 1 through 4, respectively. All of these shapes come with different pros and cons. But before we can talk about that, we need to know which one you are. To do that, we are going to have to accept the truth of one unfortunate
fuzzy.
fact. Beauty is
Need the duct tape for this one, I think.
To really understand our hair, we need to pick a
Oh God, Minnie, what happened?
strand of
I
our
need to
own
get-
hair to act as the representative of our hair collection. Or a few strands, if you, like me, think that you may have more than one shape going on your noggin.
I have a whole, biome of different hair types living on my head.
We're my fellow Medusa's at. Nice. We know no snake is the same, but really, you can have more than one shape on your head. So, if you think that may be the case for you, look ahead for each section. For me, that's the top, sides, and underneath. Ow! Ew! Ow. It's fine. It's fine. Beauty is nice. Okay. Now that we have our strands, lay them out on a flat surface. I'm using a paper towel because it's hard to messy black hair on a dark surface like my table. If your hair lays flat with no curves, you're a type 1, straight as a board. Politically speaking, at least. This is your Renee Rapp, your Lana Condor, and Nicole Kidman. Lately, anyway. It's important to note for these references that we have to base them on the photos available to us.
Most of your stringies off. Now I need to reinforce all of your stringies.
Just ask my coworkers, who were shocked the first time I walked into work without straightening my hair. Jaws were dropped, y'all. So while all the examples we show will be accurate to the type,
Eat it faster. Hi.
Type 1, or straight hair, tends to be viewed as the easiest hair type, though it does have its own issues. Since this hair type is so smooth, it's easy for your natural oils, also known as sebum.
Didn't I have another tongue? Did I throw it on the floor? Did I lose it? Minnie! What happened to the tongue? Remember? Damn it. Damn my Miss Cluttery. It's stuck down, but it's fine. So, there.
You found it then.
Of course I did.
Sebum, to travel from root to tip so fast, your head might as well be a slip and slide. This means that you should likely avoid products that claim to add extra moisture. But your worst enemy, my type 1 besties? Heat and brushes. Type 1 hair is prone to breakage and tangles, meaning you need to be extra careful with your styling tools as to not cause excess damage to your already very fragile hair. If your strands have a soft S shape instead, then you have type 2 hair, wavy. Like the ocean, your hair rises and falls in waves. This is where my hair falls. Or rather, some of my hair.
So looking at this hair, we have one that is definitely like a wave that is starting to come up off the paper, one that is just straight wavy, and one that is an actual coil, which tells me that somewhere on my head, going all abouts in here, you have some type 2 and some type 3 hair.
Besides myself, or part of my head at least, others that fall into this category are people with hair that ranges from Emma Stone to Millie Bobby Brown to even Lorde. That is a wide range, I know, but we will get to that in our next one. For now, remember that your hair falls between extremes. It is highly prone to heat damage like type 1, but is usually drier and needs a little more added moisture like our later hair types. But if your hair tends to be straighter towards the roots, it may be better for you to keep that moisture towards the ends of your hair to avoid buildup. Now, I did say that was only one of my hair types, didn't I? Well, while I untangle all of my hair issues, you can detangle the web of online security thanks to our sponsor for today's episode, NordVPN. Nord is the MVP of VPNs out there, bringing you top-of-the-line cybersecurity for affordable prices. As someone who is chronically online, knowing that NordVPN is out there keeping me and my data safe takes the worry out of my brain. In my job, I have to look up a lot of weird things while researching for episodes, which means I've always worried that looking up if high heels can kill or what the exact parts of Barbara's feet would be would put me on some sort of governmental watch list. But with NordVPN, I know that my data is safe behind the wall of their next generation encryption. They keep out unwanted trackers and malware from any sites you may visit or files you may download. And they do it all without logging your data. You heard me right. Not only is NordVPN keeping others from getting all of your personal information, they don't keep it either thanks to their no logs policy. And after a long day of theorizing, you can even use NordVPN to help you watch your favorite shows, whether they're available in your country or not. With the click of a button, you can change your location to unlock shows and movies on Netflix or other streaming services that aren't available in your country. Love the Hunger Games? Hop on over to Netflix Canada. Prefer Studio Ghibli? Netflix UK. Barbie? Netflix Australia, baby. You can get access to all that and more with just one service, all thanks to NordVPN. But that's not all. Just for you style theorists, NordVPN is offering a huge discount on their 2-year plan, plus 4 extra months completely free. Yes, free. All you need to do is go to nordvpn.com/styletheory or click the link in the description to get started risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/styletheory to start taking control of your internet today. Thanks again to NordVPN for sponsoring this episode. So what if your hair starts to loop over itself in a tighter S pattern, creating more of a 3D effect? Then you have type 3 curly hair. Think of this as the Hot Wheels racetrack of hair. You've got that loop in you. This is likely where our perfect hair queen Zendaya fits in, at least according to most photos of her natural hair. It's also my missing type.
One is a full-on curly Q coil. Yeah, we're definitely getting some like 3D effect on some of these. The actual coily section is on this part of my head. I am the world's weirdest chia pet, is what I'm wearing.
If you're a type 3, then you have the exact opposite issues of our type 1 friends. Rather than worrying about too much oil building up, you will need to add extra oil back into your hair in order to maintain those luscious locks. Which means that we type 3s don't need to wash our hair nearly as often as type 1 or type 2. Typically, type 3s can go 3 to 4 days without shampooing, and sometimes it can go as long as a week. That's actually a pretty typical range for me, whether I'm wearing my hair naturally or have it straightened. But it can be a little bit of a trial and error game to find that sweet spot. So to find yours, try going a few days without washing your hair. And once you start to notice your hair is looking extra greasy or dirty, you've found that golden ratio for your hair. And finally, we have the queens of curly coils, our type 4. If you look at your strand of hair and it has that curl pattern we mentioned for our type 3s, but to a more extreme degree with those curls starting to form round or zigzag patterns, you are definitely a type 4. This is usually your natural hair, as seen on people like Lupita Nyong'o, Willow Smith, or AJ from our conditioner episode.
If my hair doesn't get moisture, it becomes dry, brittle, hard to manage.
If type 1 was afraid of oil, type 4 is giving it an open invitation to the function. Of all 4 hair shapes, type 4 can go the longest without washing their hair, which makes sense considering shampooing your hair removes all of those essential oils. This can range from 7 to 10 days to 2 to 3 weeks between shampooings, which, jealous, I would love to go that long without washing my hair. I hate having wet hair. This sounds like my dream. To keep your very sensitive hair from drying out, the name of the game is moisture, moisture, and more moisture.
I have to actually add oil into my hair care routine. If it doesn't have a moisturizing effect to it, I don't use it.
Castor, jojoba, and argan oil are great options that may also provide other benefits to your gorgeous mane.
But that's only part of the equation. We need to know the rest.
Spirits, remember, the number is only half of your hair type. A true hair type is made up of a number and a letter, a shape, and a texture. Even with your type number, your hair can still be different from your fellow type 1s or type 4s. In our office, multiple Team Theorist members have type 2 and type 3 hair, but that doesn't make us the same subtype. That is the letter of the equation that we are looking to solve for. And that letter stands for texture. Your texture represents how fine or coarse your individual hair strands are, which is the fancy cosmetology way of saying if you have thin or thick hair strands. You could have curly hair that's really thin or straight hair that's super coarse. There are 3 main texture subtypes, A, B, and C. A is for fine, B is for medium, and C is for coarse. This is like a really weird Sesame Street, which means it's time for another test. And another strand of hair. Lucky for us, we just harvested some fresh hair for our last test that we can reuse.
To find our coarseness, we have to take our strands of hair and rub them between our fingers and see how they feel. Now, if you don't feel anything, that means you have very fine hair. If you feel it, like really feel it rub between your fingers, you have some coarse hair.
If your hair feels like it falls in the middle of that, you have type B, medium hair. If you're still not quite sure after that test, you can also compare your hair strand to a piece of thread. Average thread is typically similar to type B hair. So you can place where your hair
Fine, but
lands
thick?
depending on if your
Weird.
hair is thicker, thinner, or the same as the thread. But does the texture of your hair really change how you should take care of it? Well, yes. Type A hair is very fine and delicate. This means that it can be more prone to breakage. So keep it moisturized and don't overbrush. If you have straight fine hair or type 1A, you likely want to keep your ends moisturized to prevent breakage while steering clear of having too much buildup on your roots. Type A hair can get weighed down easily by heavier products or using too much product and start looking greasy real fast. So go easy on the leave-in conditioner. You'll also want to gravitate towards products that promise to protect your hair using proteins and amino acids. This can help strengthen those fine hairs and prevent breakage. On the other end of the spectrum, you have me, the big old C.
I have extremely coarse hair.
Due to the hair's coarseness, it can be a lot easier for your hair to get tangled and snagged. So be careful brushing. A detangler or a wet brush may suit you better than a normal brush, as well as products that specifically target coarse hair. Those tend to contain more helpful oils for our thickum strands. And unlike our type A friends, we don't really need to find a protein-rich shampoo or conditioner since our thick, coarse hair is already super strong.
You could build a bridge out of this hair and it would not fall down. That is an Amy fact. I feel like Rapunzel and I could go head to head on hair strength battles.
And don't think I forgot you type Bs. You lucky sons of guns can keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to do anything extra to maintain healthy hair outside of products that may suit your letter type. And after all of that, you have finally found your hair type. But wait, the episode isn't over yet? There's more to know? Yes, loyal theorists, there is. As I stated at the top of the episode, hair is complicated. There are two other factors that play a huge role in the health of your hair. So prepare for a style theory speed round. In 3, 2, 1. For our speed round, we will be conducting our final 2 mini tests to finally solve our perfect hair equation. First up,
Hi, guys.
the density test. When a person tells you that you
Hi,
have
Sandra.
thick or thin hair, they aren't usually talking
Sandra,
about
how are you?
they are actually talking about density. Your hair density is how many hairs you have making a home on top of your head. The average person has between 90 and 150,000 individual hairs, but even that can vary wildly based on different variables like your genetics or your age. But hey, that's what extensions are for, right? Anyway, to find out our hair density, we don't have to do anything crazy like count each strand of hair individually one by one. Instead, we can use the ponytail test. It's super easy, barely an inconvenience. Start by gathering your
Haven't
hair
heard that in a
into
while.
ponytail. Then it's time to break out the measuring tape to wrap around the base of our pony. If you don't have one, you can also use some string and a ruler.
I'll give you a little sneak peek at this. Just by measuring with my fingers, we're looking at that. Let's get a measurement of this. I have a lovely tape measurer. I am making sure to wrap around the hair and not the hair tie. So for this thickness, we have 12 centimeters or about 4.5-ish inches. Well, let's see how thick that is. If my record of going through hair ties after like 2 uses is anything to say, she a thick pony.
Theorists, she really is one thick pony. A circumference of less than 2 inches is considered low density, with 2 to 3 inches being average. And if you have more than 4 inches, you have very high density hair. I think I can safely say I fit into that last category, but you'll have to let me know your results in the comments. If your hair's too short for this test, don't worry. I always have a backup, and this one will need a mirror. Take a look at your scalp in that mirror and see if you can see your scalp without having to move your hair out of the way. If you can, it's low density. If you need to move your hair a bit to find your scalp, then it's medium. And if you have to send out a search party to see if you even have a scalp hiding under all that hair, then it is high density. But what's that all mean? Low density hair should avoid super heavy products like oils and creams. And if you want your hair to look fuller, look for shampoos that focus on volume, as well as dry shampoos and even some mousse. Meanwhile, high-density hair may need more products to get whatever styling effect they're aiming for. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you've likely seen my bathroom full of products. So you know that's true. What can I say? More hair needs more products. It's just girl math. As for our medium density hair, you keep living your perfect, easy hair care life. And the last piece of our perfect hair equation is all about the water. This is our porous test. And yes, I know, when most of you hear the word porous, you think about this guy and how absorbent and yellow and porous is he. But your hair is also a sponge. Sort of. Your individual strands of hair are covered in cuticles, also called scales. These open and close based on things like temperature and chemicals that you apply. However, even without those added elements, every person's hair has a specific amount of opening and closing that they're prone to. If your hair is more porous, those scales are more open than average, allowing for more air and moisture to pass through, similar to the holes of a sponge. If your scales are more closed, then your hair is more likely to hold on to the moisture, like a really stubborn sponge. I don't know, this sponge metaphor is getting weird. We can find out the porosity of our hair with our final test of the day.
Now I have my bowl of water here, and we're gonna see if my hair sinks.
It's oh so quiet. You fall in love, zing boom, the sky up above, zing boom.
What's new at McDonald's? Lower prices on your faves, like the McChicken, Filet-O-Fish, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, and Big Mac meals. Meals starting at $9.99 with medium fries and a medium fountain drink. Get your faves for less.
Sinks or swims.
If your hair floats, then your scales are more closed, meaning you have low porosity hair. If your hair sinks like Sonic the Hedgehog in a water level, then you have high porosity hair. And if it sinks but it does it very slowly, you have medium porosity hair.
She's floating. She is floating. What a good little snake.
Low porosity hair like mine means we have to fight hard to get moisture into our hair. But once it's there, it stays there. So while you do want to add moisture via products, do only as much as your hair's type needs. Because once the oils are in there, your hair is gonna hold on to it and hold on to it tight. That means if you overload it, it feels real greasy real fast. This also means that our hair takes much longer to dry than someone with high porosity hair. Yippee! Speaking of our porous pals, they are the exact opposite. High porosity hair tends to suck up moisture like a sponge. But that moisture will leave as fast as it comes. This means that without adding moisture to your hair can easily become dry.
Like a
and
one-night
brittle.
stand.
And high porosity hair should especially avoid using too much heat, as that can only serve to dry out and damage your hair even faster. So, how do we put this all together? Well, as we said many times this episode, hair is complicated. Even more so than I was expecting. But now you have the perfect equation to solve for almost any hair problem you might come across. Take a look at your answers to today's test. How do they overlap, and how does your specific hair differ from your besties? For me, the type 2-3C with dense, very low porous hair, it means I need to focus in on moisture and be careful of using too much heat, and maybe ditch the brush, depending on the day. So tell me in the comments what works for you. And you know what? We might even test your hair care routines and hacks in a future episode. And even better, next time you get served an ad for a product that claims it can cure your hair problems, you'll be able to tell if that's true or just one big hairy lie. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Next time on Style Theory.
I think I know why this is returned. You see, less than a week after installation, our filter baby started filter leaking. And I don't mean in the sink, I mean under the sink.
Yes, we had barely reached halfway through our experiment and I was being flooded. Are Amazon leggings better than Lululemon? Should men be ditching their basketball shorts for harem pants? Get ready to uncover the truth about what workout gear is actually worth your money. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, the show that's not afraid to get a little sweaty in the name of science. It's the new year, and that means that many of you, like me, have decided that this is the year we are getting in shape. However, I'm not here to talk about diet fads or caloric intake. I'll leave that to food theory. In fact, why not make this a collaboration? Sandy, get over here. Oh, right. I really need to start charging you rent.
You really need to throw out that cottage cheese.
I don't have cottage cheese?
Then what did I step? You know what? I don't even want to know. You vegetarians and your weird not cheese.
Whatever. Leave the food talk for your episode, buddy. And you theorists can go check that out over on Food Theory. It will be linked at the end of the episode. For this episode, we are going to do something a bit more fun and focus on the thing that puts the fit into fitness, the clothes. Duh. Activewear is having a bit of a moment right now, and I mean, why not? We all want to feel cute and confident during our fitness journey, not just at the end. But how good are these fits? And how much do you need to pay to get a look that is both functional and comfortable? That is what you're going to answer today. We are testing activewear from 3 different brands, Amazon, Polara, and Lululemon, which just happens to sort into 3 easy price tiers: the steal, the affordable, and the expensive. Don't you love when things are convenient? And using our patent-pending Toast scoring system, we are going to see what tier gives us the best quality for the price.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Toast.
Yeah, tag, optics, activity, squat, and textile. Toast.
Oh, yeah. Toast. I totally knew that.
Sure you did. Sonia and I will rate each option on a scale of 1 to 10 in each category for a total score of 100 possible Toast points. The goal, to see if paying more really gets you better quality in the end. Get your water bottles ready, theorists, because we are about to work up a sweat to find out if the fits are worth it. When it comes to finding items for low prices, for better or worse, we had to turn to the grandfather of deep discounts, Amazon. Now, Amazon itself does make some Amazon-branded items. However, the best deal I found was actually from a sub-brand on the site called Lysol. I've never heard of this specific brand before personally, but it's hard to pass up on the 5-item set that seems to be their bread and butter.
5 items? Nice! What do I get?
The men's set comes with 2 shirt options, 2 bottoms, and a jacket. Since we're getting it on sale for $36.87, that puts the cost per item at roughly $7.37. The women's set also comes with 5 items: a shirt, a sports bra, 2 bottoms, and a jacket. Not bad! This set was also on sale for $56.99. Wait! What? The sale price for the same amount of items from the same company costs more than the men's set at full price? Are you actually kidding me? Comparing the 2 items, Saucy's set clearly uses up more fabric per square inch between the long sleeve shorts and the long sleeve shirt. So unless the sports bra is packed with high quality padding, I'm sensing some pink tech shenanigans happening here. If you've never heard of pink tech, it's an economic term for when companies start using women. Doing the math, my cost per item ended up being $11.40, which is about $4.03 more per item than Saucy's set. But was the quality worth that difference?
Alright, this is our cheap set from Amazon, and it's cheap for a reason. This is cheap material. When you think of like the cheapest leggings that you can think of that are in that athletic wear field, that's the entirety of this outfit.
And the cute factor was also missing.
The jacket doesn't really have any shape. If you can see,
My arm is numb.
This is not it. I have
I don't
an
think it's
entire
supposed to be
waist
numb.
that we are not being privy
My
to,
hand
and this
specifically
just
is
stuff
numb.
that's gonna fly around as I exercise. It's not great. I am happy that it has a pocket though, because the leggings don't, and we hate leggings with no pockets. And this waistband is a joke. It's an actual joke.
It was just one large, flimsy rubber band masquerading as a waistband. The shorts were a similar quality and also lacked pockets. And the sports bra? Well, let's just say that extra cost I was talking about earlier definitely didn't go to the padding.
So there's a big gap here where if this was really hugging my shape, this would not happen. I am not the biggest in this area, nor do I need the best support, but I'm not getting any support here.
The padding was paper thin as well. Not to mention that the color I got didn't exactly match the listing. These were more of a dark gray than the full black from the Amazon photos. Santi was having similar problems.
This is the first time I'm wearing
Shit.
the long sleeve, and I'm not very happy with it. It fits really weird near the neck and the back. It fits very loosely in the chest, but very tight in the back. It's a really weird fit. It's thick and it's hot and it sucks.
He had similar issues with the short sleeve shirt, though it did have one feature that made him excited.
It has cool vents under the arm. You can't really see, but it definitely lets the air flow in.
As for the bottoms,
I don't like how long the shorts are. It's not the easiest to move, and it kind of gets caught on the knee. The leggings are fine. They're a little loose, but for people who don't like super tight leggings, it's fine. I am wearing the shorts because it leaves little to the imagination.
and no one needs to see that. So, how was our toast score going? For tags, or how well the items felt worth the price, Santi gave Amazon a 3, while I gave them a very generous 4. But after all of my pink taxes were taken out, that ended up being a big old 1. For optics, which covers how the items themselves look, as well as how we feel we look in them, Santi gave it a solid 4, while I went with a very gracious 2. The goal of these items didn't seem to be quality, but quantity. The patterns are simple shapes made to fit most, but not fit well. Amazon is cutting corners by not cutting these items for a better fit, so they are able to mass produce them at a larger scale. Cut and sew, or the process used when a clothing item needs to be cut to a custom shape and then sewn together, costs more than an item that uses a pre-made blank, or general pattern. Here's what I mean. If you search Amazon for a 5-piece workout set, you'll find a dozen or more options that, hey, look eerily similar to the July song sets that were tested. It's very likely that they all source their blanks from the same factories in bulk, and then add their personal branding before selling those on sites like Amazon. This is a pretty common practice, but when done cheaply, can result in the product problems that we're seeing today. Speaking of problems, it was time to test the item endurance with some actual exercise. For the final part of our scores, we'll be completing a session of rigorous exercise, as well as a squat test.
I'm afraid to ask, but what's a squat test?
You know how when we do squats, our glutes tend to exert a pressure on the back end fabric of our pants? Well, this is a test to see how well our pants can protect our modesty at our most extended moments. You know, do they pass or are we showing abs?
I get it, but do I have to, do that on camera?
Editors?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, our bottoms met the challenge. Santi gave it a 10 out of 10, while I settled for a 7. Why? Because I was thanking the activewear gods that I chose to wear the shorts over the leggings.
Because the leggings are so thin that they would not pass a squat test without them.
According to the women's product page, these items are made from 90.1% polyester and 9.9% spandex. These are both common fabrics in activewear. Polyester is a synthetic material that is durable and insulating, while spandex is stretchy and quick dry. All great things for materials made to work out in. However, just because the materials are meant to work doesn't mean that the quality or ratio used is up to the job. And so we need to work up a sweat. Santi and I set out to push our activewear to its limits, with me opting for cardio while Santi went in on the weight. Throughout the workout though, I kept running into 3 major problems. 1, the leggings.
I have to keep readjusting the legging short combo thing, and I don't like it at all.
2, the sports bra.
This has no support. It hurts to run, and obviously that's not usually a problem for me.
And 3, the fabric itself.
It is itchy. It is bunching up in places you do not want it to bunch up. And now I'm walking here, itchy from my waist down, bouncing from my waist up, and I hate everything.
Santi was also having fabric problems.
Leg day completed. I want to die, and these clothes didn't help. The biggest thing with the shorts was the length and how stiff they were. It made it kind of hard for certain range of motion things because it would get stuck over my knee. It would get hooked and made it harder to do squats and stuff. The shirt is the big problem. It just retains all the water. The more you sweat, the more water gets stuck in this super thick material. But yeah, no, these vent things. Oh, look, see, it's even better now. You can see the fishnet under my arms. It's whatever, because the rest of it is so thick that you don't really feel that much ventilation, to be honest. And yeah, it just makes you feel heavy.
Santi's material was too thick, mine was too thin, which means that our Amazon options were falling short of just right. At the end of round 1, adding in our new scores for activity and textile, Santi ended up with a final toast rating of 21 out of 50 possible personal points, while I gave it a crispy 11. This brings our Amazon activewear to a total toast score of 32 points out of 100. Here's hoping that our next round can do better with a little bit of a bigger budget. When it came to finding an affordable option for this episode, I ran into an unexpected problem. Gender. Yes, the binary is here to ruin the party once again. To qualify for our affordable tier this episode, the price per item needed to hit under $40, which ruled out brands like Under Armour and Gymshark. Turns out that unisex brands tend towards the upper end of our price range, or the bottom. I know, it was a shock to me too. As a woman, I have been oversaturated with options for mid-range activewear. But men, they were being left naked and alone.
Well, what about that one brand I keep seeing on TikTok? The haha one or whatever.
You mean Polara? I don't think they make menswear either.
Ah, silly Amy. I can pull off anything. Try me.
Alright, Polara, here we come. To give it a fighting chance, Santi picked out items that looked like they would give him the room to move, and not like he had just borrowed clothes from his wife's closet. He and I both got a pair of their high-waisted waffle yoga joggers, named for the waffle texture of the fabric. For tops, Santi went with a basic white t-shirt, while I got a tank top that looked straight out of Cobra Kai. And of course, a sports bra. Fingers crossed that this one is actually made for sport mode. In total, Santi's outfit ended up costing $59.90, and mine $79.85. That's only $20 and change more than our Amazon sets. So, would we see a quality increase for that price increase? There was only one way to find out.
I feel slightly more secure. This is a better fitting bra. Now you can see like it hugs here. There's not a bunch of gaping up here by the chest area. And so that's good. What's not good and what I'm worried about are the cups in here. These cups are paper thin. I am a little bit worried that the running still won't be that great. These are the waffle pants, so they're very thin, but they're like harem pants. They are a crisscross up here, and they feel nice, but again, these are a small, and they are stretchy. Like, my worry is that these aren't going to stay up all day because they're going to stretch out and that they'll start to fall down. But that means that I have a little bit of the chub rub between the legs that is not going to be fun once we start walking a bunch.
However, they did have functional pockets. We love functional pockets on this channel. Fair warning though, pay attention to the size chart.
I would usually wear a medium, but the small is what fits me in this brand.
As for the shirt,
I don't think I understand this shirt. I feel like a little bit of I Dream of Jeannie if she was goth, but for just lounging around the house, I think this is kind of a really cute outfit. It's also appropriate for going to work and going on meetings, which you know me, I have to do today, which is when we're gonna walk. But I don't know if this will stay on the entire exercise run because it's a little cumbersome and I get warm.
it did, however, give my rectangular body a defined waist, which is more than I could say for our previous option. I give this a 10 out of 10 for optics. But while I was feeling my genie fantasy, Mr. Santi I Can Wear Anything Masa was having some trouble.
It is not the most flattering thing. I kind of look like Majin Buu from this part down, which is cool. I will say the material is very nice. It's very light. I always prefer lighter materials than heavier. Duh. So I do have shorts underneath here because they will slide down. These things will absolutely slide down and fall. Like we learned, my body shape is trapezoid, and this is clearly not meant for trapezoid.
Which meant that for optics, Santi was giving Halara a 7 out of 10 possible first points.
I'm excited though. I think the pants are my favorite. The shirt is what I'm most concerned about. If I lift my arms too much, you see that midsection? Not really the biggest fan of that. In terms of fabric quality, it is amazing. Like, I really like this quality. The only thing is, it's very sheer, so the more I sweat, the more you're just gonna see right through it. It's not a good look when you're in a gym and like people are seeing just everything. Luckily, the pants are black, so I won't be showing my butt crack to people when I do squats.
Which I guess is cue for our second squat test montage. Yes, this is what Theorist pays us to do. Roll in.
I'm gonna interrupt this montage to say that the pants may not have shown my shorts, but they gave me major wedgies doing those squats. 5 out of 10.
Really? They were a 10 out of 10 for me, but we still had 3 categories to score, and that meant it was time to burn, baby, burn. As we work up a sweat, let's talk about the textiles. This time we had a wide range of fabric blends competing for our affection. While polyester and spandex, or elastane as it is also called, are present and did cause some stretchy slippage in our waistbands, the quality was much better. It was thicker, more breathable, and best of all, not itchy. We also saw a mix of other materials, like nylon in my shirt and sports bra. Nylon is a very common material for sportswear due to being both durable and breathable, which helps give items made with it a stronger support support hold than spandex or polyester on its own, and I could feel the difference. When I ran, I didn't have the same painful issues with this sports bra as I did with our previous option.
I feel secure. I feel like I can run. I can jump. I'm not wiggling around anywhere. No pain in the chest area, which is a big upgrade from yesterday.
And my top was also doing its job, keeping me cool while still looking cool. Over in Miami, Santi's top included a brand new to me material called viscose. Viscose is a semi-synthetic material made from wood pulp that is typically used as a silk substitute. This likely plays into that higher quality feel that Santi mentioned.
It was definitely a better workout experience. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 for activity and a 9 for the textiles. I love the feels.
I'd also give the fabrics a 9 out of 10, and for activity, a 9. The only problem I had was a little slippage at the waist. The rest was great. Overall, we were both happy with the quality of what we got, even if the quantity was less than our cheap option. So, considering the whole experience we had, we both gave Halara a 9 for tab. It did feel like it was worth the price we paid, and that meant that Halara had a total toast score of 85 out of a possible 100 toast points. That's a huge jump from our Amazon score, and puts Halara in the lead going into round 3. But don't get too comfortable with that crown, Halara, because you're about to go up against the queen of athletic wear. For our final round, we had to turn to the poshest of pricey options, Lululemon. I'll be honest, I've never actually tried anything from Lululemon before. It's always been more than I was willing to spend on my workout clothes. But Santi
I didn't know
What
Lululemon
can I
was
say?
workout
I have
clothes.
expensive tastes. Now give me my goodies.
Geez, alright, calm down. We are both getting 3 items this round, and oh boy, the prices really are going up. For Santi's shirt, shorts, and half zip, we paid a total of $244. Ouchie, my budget hurts. Though Santi was having a grand old time.
This just like accentuates every part of me in the best way possible. It falls down the lines of my arms and shoulders. It fits snugly to the body in the best ways. I don't like when shirts are super tight in the gut. Like I feel like I have to suck it in constantly. With this, it's actually kind of loose down here, which is nice. And so like when I'm doing exercises, when I'm running around, it's not like showing my belly. Having a little bit of space there just makes me feel a lot more confident. One thing I will note about the shorts is that they are 7-inch, but I think it's a more accurate 7 inches. It sits right above the knee so that, you know, it doesn't get caught when I'm moving around or doing squats or anything like that.
Santi gave Lululemon a full 10 out of 10 toast points for optics and textiles.
It's a little rougher than the Halara, but I think they're trying to accomplish 2 different things. If I look at the 3/4 zip, it's very soft, it's very nice, and it feels like something I can just wear. This shirt is meant to work out in. I don't necessarily care if the shirts that I work out in are super soft. What I care about is the functionality. I want them to be able to wick away moisture and not make me feel heavy, and I think this is the kind of fabric that's going to do that. Same with the shorts, and I'm not going to get swampy in places that the sun don't shine.
Once again, we were looking at a mix of polyester, elastane, and nylon across all 3 items. And like we saw with Halara, the quality and thickness of those fabrics really makes a difference in your experience. Over on the West Coast, I was excited to see if my Lululemon fit gave me the same joy as Santi. My look was made up of leggings, a half zip, and, say it with me, theorists, a sports bra! Woo! And let me just say, after paying $294 for just 3 items, my expectations were as high as that price tag.
Having never worn Lululemon before, I'm confused. It feels like 2 different companies to me right now. This is really sturdy. It's really thick fabric.
This was Lululemon's custom Luxe Stream fabric, made from those same blends we've been seeing all episode: nylon, elastane, and polyester. Though this did see our highest percentage of nylon to the other fabrics, which likely gave us that sturdy feeling
Yeah,
I was
shoe bug.
experiencing.
Whereas the pants, they're stretchy, but they feel thin. The overall material is thicker than our Amazon, and it's honestly thicker than the Halara, but it doesn't feel like it's holding me. I can see my underwear lines through this, and I don't love that. They have the dreaded inseam that happens right here, which is, again, not my favorite thing when it comes to leggings. And they don't even have pockets. These are expensive activewear bottoms. They don't have pockets. They're not thick. I can see my underwear line, and I'm honestly really disappointed that these are the Lululemon because I just expected more.
The pants were made from one of Lululemon's other custom fabrics, Nulu, that's marketed as being both butter soft and weightless. While I can't argue with either of those claims, the result was still lacking in the coverage I wanted. And to be honest, it didn't feel like it was flattering to my body shape. I wasn't feeling cute or confident. When it came to the half zip, the soft stream fabric it was made of was nice and soft like the name implied. Though I did have to wonder why all the women's clothes had names like soft stream, while the men got simple things like jersey. Anyway, what I didn't like though was the elastic cuffs. They gaped open around my wrist and had no way of being adjusted, though the waist did. But while I thought the adjustable waist would be helpful, it was actually just uncomfortable. It felt like being hugged by an extremely aggressive rubber band. And then there was the overall aesthetic.
I keep looking at myself in the mirror, and I can't help but think that, like, looking at pants paired with this and all of that, I feel like Amy Poehler's character from Mean Girls. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. That's the tone of this outfit. Is Lululemon just for the Amy Poehler moms? Is that what it's for? Because that's how I feel right now.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling the Lulu Delulu that Santi was. And I gave them a big old 5 for both optics and textiles. What can I say? Cool mom chic is not my level.
I mean, Amy Poehler is clearly the cooler Amy.
Rude. See if I give you free clothes ever again. Now, are you ready for our final squat test?
Roll the montage.
Despite the thinness of the material, the leggings were not transparent, and so they scored a solid 7 points. I can't forgive the underrepresentation here. I just Some sports, on the other hand, passed with a perfect score, which brought us to our last workout of the episode. Unsurprisingly, I did need to ditch the half of it. LA is just not cold enough to need it for an entire workout. Santi, not pictured here because he does things like play sports with friends instead of filming like he is being paid to do, also ditched the zip, but found that the shirt was his favorite item so far.
The shirt is by far the best shirt of the three, and it does like wick away the moisture well, and it didn't feel heavy. The material is much lighter, so even though I am soaked right now, it is just so much lighter by default that now that it's wet, it doesn't feel heavy on me.
Though the shorts caused a few problems.
Here's the thing, if you're gonna work out, 5-inch shorts. That's my default. I think 5-inch shorts are just better overall. 7-inch shorts do kind of get stuck around the leg. The material of the short is fairly stretchy. It could be a little stretchier, not gonna lie. The problem is the pockets. So the pocket structure is not as stretchy as the rest of the short. It's actually kind of like constricting. TLDR, my phone and stuff wouldn't actually stay in my pockets while I ran, and it sucked. So I'll knock a point off and give it a 9 for activity.
Well, spoiler alert, I'm giving it a 4. Not only did the pants slip and give me the itch like our Amazon options,
It's the fabric and the way that it holds in like your sweat. Like it's not moisture wicking. It's not taking that feeling away. It's just making me itchy.
the sports bra was causing a new kind of pain. Where the Amazon option was too loose, this one was too stiff, but only in the bust.
Like it is yanking on my shoulders in a way that causes it to like ache up here. I've had that before in bras that are the right size, but it's because the straps are not adjustable. This is not holding up the weight enough, so all the pressure is being put on the strap. And that makes the strap push down on my neck in a way that hurts. And it means I'm starting to feel the ache in my back.
You see, the straps were the stretchiest part of the whole item, to the extent that they didn't provide the support that I needed. Instead, it pulled at my shoulders and fought against the sturdier material, causing a strain in my shoulders and neck.
I really expected a lot from Lululemon, and I didn't get a lot, though I spent a lot.
I didn't get a lot. Which brings us to our final toast score of the episode. The tab. Was the price, the nearly $300 price, worth it? For Santi, it was, scoring an 8 out of 10 total toast points, and giving Lululemon a total of 47 for his personal high score of the episode. While Santi enjoyed the Halara experience, it wasn't as catered to his specific needs as the Lululemon. If Halara had had more masculine options, the story may be different. But as we learned, men are being left out of the affordable activewear movement. This is a hugely underserved market, one that is just waiting to be tapped into. I know it's easy to toss men and masculine presenting people a basic shirt and basketball shorts and call it a day, but they deserve the same range of options and affordability as our feminine group. Don't believe me? Just look at our final scores. After giving Lululemon a 5 in our tag category, it brought my personal score for our expensive brand to a grand total of 26. 26! That is barely half my score for Halara, and that's because it gave me good quality at an affordable price, and I could find items made to suit my body type.
But I've come to the other side of this experiment and just started to wonder, why bother with the cheap stuff? But also, why bother with the expensive stuff? Neither are better than what's right in the middle.
This means that with a final toast score of 85 points, Halara is the winner of our episode. Lululemon comes in at a close second with 73 toast points, while Amazon is barely on the board with 33. Turns out that you don't need to break the bank by getting the most expensive option when looking to find good activewear.
Unless you're a man.
Yeah, you hear that, Halara? You got some work to do. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Don't forget to check out the sister episode to this one over on Food Theory. And I'll see you next Saturday morning. While TikTok may be back, it is only a temporary fix. The app has 75 days to prove it's actually worth saving. So we're going to do that in our own style theory way, by putting 3 of TikTok's most famous hacks to the ultimate test. If we can prove that TikTok is providing a service, that it's educational, that it's life-changing, using science, then certainly the powers that be can't decide to press that ban button.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What?
Oh no. Oh.
Oh! Oh my god, what? Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where today it's very rainy and gross here.
Oh, would it be nice if it was raining here?
Maybe 18 hours straight. At 3 a.m. last night, it was pouring down so hard. I kind of couldn't believe what was happening. I watched a parking lot flood. It got so aggressive. I don't know what's really going on with that. We had a lot of rain happen, and then it stopped, and then it came back, and everyone was like, we needed this. We needed this. And I was like, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Did y'all forget what happened 2 weeks ago? We did not need this.
What I didn't need was my car to flood this morning.
Your car sure did flood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a bathroom carpet level
It's a
of
bummer.
drenched.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
so
not
sorry.
good.
Is that was it on the driver's side or like?
Yeah,
was
it's on
it?
the passenger side, but yeah,
Ugh.
my windshield got cracked by a tree branch like 2 years ago,
Oh.
and I replaced the windshield obviously, but I think some kind of sealant is gone, and now when it rains super hard, there's like 2 inches of standing water in my car right now.
So that went in through the crack from the tree branch and not like an open window or anything like
No,
that?
the windows were closed. I don't know where it comes in.
That's a concern.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
maybe next time it rains, we can set up some cameras inside of your,
Yeah, get
you
some
know, different
GoPros.
angles.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's
Sure.
security office.
Yeah, definitely.
And we survey the situation.
Yeah,
And see where it's going in.
that'd be great.
All of this to say, before we talk about what we're doing today, on rainy days where it is cold and not great, and in my opinion, something we did not need, I love wearing comfortable hoodies and cool clothing pieces around to make me feel better about what I'm experiencing outside. And that's what I'm doing right here, right now. This is a Theorist C. There's a C here.
Copyright.
I don't fully know why the C is here, but it's a Theorist C hoodie. And it might be available to you, Sam. Who's to say? It might be available in gray, but I have it here in blue for you. So let me know what you think. I can tell you right now, though, this thing is so comfy. I put it on and I was like, oh, I needed this.
They're nice.
We needed this.
We
Okay?
needed this, not the rain.
No, we didn't need this, but we needed this.
Mhm.
So if you want to feel like there's something you need, check this out. Because this is so comfy and I'm like actually very happy to wear this, I wanted to show it to you early before we're like, okay, let's start getting this stuff out there so that people know it exists and that, you know, it's a good thing. So all of that aside, hey, what are we doing here today with that little bit of witty banter out of the way? So about like 4 months ago, there was this video posted to YouTube called The Moon Wakes Up, Cosmic Horror / Astrophobia animation. This was uploaded by a channel called Mr. Friend, and he made this entire thing in Blender. And looking at his channel, he's also done a bunch of other little short films and cool little things in Blender and working with other artists and, you know, people who make models and stuff. So he did this, he uploaded it in April. It has 26 million views. 26 million! A lot of people are talking about it. I've seen some discussion about it on our GT Live community tab. So I wanted to check it out for myself and see what's going on. I mean, with 26 million views, like clearly like something's going on here. So maybe the moon is gonna be really scary. I don't know. This is my first time hearing about astrophobia. I can only assume it's a fear of space and like stars and all the stuff that lives up there. But yeah, I'm curious to see what this is all about. Do you know anything about this fish?
No. This is the first time I've ever heard about this.
Okay.
Astrophobia, I would assume, is being afraid of space, though.
Right?
Which, you know, valid. If I was offered a space trip, I'm all good. I don't need to do that.
Right? I don't need to go up
Yeah.
there. But we're gonna go to space today and see what all the discussion, the rumblings, what all this is all about, and what Mr. Friend made. So without any further ado, after all that furthering and doing, let's hop, skip, and jump right into this thing. Okay. Whoa. Poke.
Button the red, push
Alright,
button red.
Yep, and red is pressed. Leave that there. All right, good.
You should press the red button.
Yeah. Boop. Is this like a mini globe over here?
I think that's a gyroscope.
Ooh, God.
Gyroscope.
My hand is numb.
Wait.
When are you getting more squid in? I have 6 upstairs right now. I have 2 down to the shop downtown, and I have 1 to the sell gift shop, and I'm going to bring probably 2 more to the gallery at the mall.
Where were we in relation to Earth
So
right
I
now?
got a few. I'm kind of don't have any more of the blankets right now. I'm waiting till the kind of next order comes in, and then I can get some new patterns and stuff. I don't have any like patterny ones, and that's kind of what I like to use for like the main outside body.
Huh? Hold on.
No, I had to do the tongue first.
Okay. Oh, okay. Are we going to the moon? Oh wait. There's like a little. There's like a note.
I don't know if whatchamacallit, the not the lumberjack's powder.
Emerging personnel.
I don't know if I shipped to the UK. I did when I had an Etsy shop. Unfortunately, the
Fair from the start.
EU changed some stuff, so a small business like me needs to get a
This is auto subtitles.
a tax number
Aw, no, just
for my business. And here in Canada, I don't really need one until I get 30,000 in sales in a year, which I have not gotten. I've working on it. And that just really put a bummer on my shipping because, and now like I'm not sure. Can I just like box up a giant squid and send it? Is that even allowed anymore? Can I just mark it as a hi? Here's your birthday gift,
The one that blew up?
Janice.
This Challenger.
Here's a giant
Yeah,
squid.
Apollo 11.
Oh.
Wait,
This is
what? This is the first
Because I know you have to put
I
like
feel like I should.
would you have to pay
You and me both.
duties on it
Whoa!
if it's like a gift? I don't know.
So that's what we're in.
Wait, what? You can see the actual vessel itself.
Because
That's
I
so
did
cool.
sell something to
Why does it look like
whatchamacallit,
the pigs from Angry Birds?
somewhere over there, and on Etsy, and it got stuck at customs for a little bit, and she put in a claim with Etsy saying I didn't send it, which it did, and then she said, oh, it just arrived like 3 days later. So I'm like, hi, Etsy. Hey, look, she confirmed that she received her item, like I said she would, and why? So can you give me my bunny back that you took from me to give to her? And Etsy said, no, that's not our business. So if you want your money back that we took from you to give to her, you're gonna have to take it up with her. So I messaged her back. I said, since you got the item, can you, kind of pay me? And she ghosted me. So I never got any answer from Etsy, and I don't really want to do business with Etsy anymore because they don't care about their sellers.
Okay.
And like, I shipped it at a loss anyway, even though I got the thing for free,
Wow.
because I didn't charge her. I think I lost like $5 on it or something because I didn't want to put a tracking on it because the tracking would have been an additional $20. So she paid me $20. Like I sold it for $20. Once everything was done, it was like $25 to ship the item. Just like hummed and hawed and just like, well, it's only $5. I'll eat this. It'll be my good deed for the day, and the kid will get her teddy bear. And then
You gotta be. This is Apollo 11.
it wasn't worth being nice.
I think that explains some
And then
of
I
the
never
stuff that we're seeing in here,
posted
too. It's
another
like,
thing on Etsy, so I don't know if I can just send it.
I'm an astronaut. I'm not flying around in spaceships. I'm
Yeah.
flying around in Theoryland.
Yes.
But
Yeah, so
this
like I would
seems
like to start
regardless
an online shop and like just start shipping again, but
you know what I mean?
I agree.
So
I don't know how to do that as an individual person. I don't know if it's just kind of the same thing. And then like
what?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I wish I could. I would love to be able to send my monsters all over the world like I used to friggin' 10 years ago.
It's kind of cute.
I've sold to South Korea, I've sold to Japan,
Sure.
Germany, South America, Australia, Africa. I sent my monsters all over the planet.
You look so sad.
And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Sorry. But it was just, so I don't know how to get back into that. Like, I'm just a micro business. I'm just me. Like, can I just shove something in a box and send it? I don't know.
What? Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
I mean, yes.
They're remarkably
Going to America. Oh, you brave.
Just, if they're the first ones
I
to like
guess,
go to
yeah.
land on the moon, maybe like the moon has been seen in other capacities.
When are you traveling over here, over across the pond?
Oh my god.
Girl.
Buzz,
You mean America is in the USA or is America is in the continent?
Right now.
Buzz? Are we tripping, Buzz?
Neil, what was in our coffee this morning? I don't. This dehydrated food, it's making me crazy.
I ate too much astronaut ice cream and now the moon is alive.
Oh, too much black. Oh, it's okay.
Wait, what? Hold on. Houston, we have a problem? I need to print this.
What is code black in astronaut speak?
Code black. Alright, so either code black is a thing,
Yeah.
or these people have anticipated that the moon
Yeah.
has some kind of like sentience.
Houston was ready for it, potentially.
Houston is sitting there right now being
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
dang it,
there was a 5% chance this would
I
happen.
knew he would win, mate.
Oh
Code black. No, not the 2015 drama. No, not the 2015
Maybe
drama.
called like NASA?
NASA meeting. No, Gemini.
No AI.
Mm.
No.
I'd like to try Japan. I just like where I live is very isolated. So I'm very behind when it comes to technology and stuff. And I feel like going to Japan, I would just be too much like these dang fangled frigimajiggers. I remember when you used to just pay a quarter to get on the bus and they took you where you needed to go. I feel like that would be me as soon as I went to like Japan or one of those like cities in China where everything just glows in the dark. I'd just be like the oldest person in the world. Like, I would just fail at everything. I think I'd be okay in Australia. Unfortunately, I do have the horrible habit of, I want to pat it. And I would definitely get bitten by something that just doesn't want to be touched, and I'm trying to cuddle it because I don't have any self-control or common sense when it comes to cute fuzzy things. And like where I live, none of the snakes are deadly, so I am perfectly okay, minus like the couple of bite wounds, to pick them up and carry them around. So I don't think that would go for Australia very well. Thank you. I am running off fumes right now because YouTube has changed its algorithm lately. So let me turn this down a bit so I can jabber. Okay, so YouTube's changed its algorithm lately. Like, I live stream when I work because I find if I'm being watched, I'm a little bit more productive. Because if you guys weren't here, I would just be on TikTok. Swear to God, I'd just be on TikTok all day. So if I feel like I'm being watched, I'm a little bit more productive. So that's why I do a lot of my live streaming when I'm crafting. So YouTube. You guys have corn snakes. I think they're a little bit further south than where I am. Yeah, we don't have anything that brightly colored up here. That's the red and black one. Red, black, red, black. Red, black, friend of Jack. Red, yellow, kill a fellow or something like that. No, ain't good. Don't have anything too brightly covered around here. Right now we have a really bad fire warning because everything is tinderbox dry. What was I prattling about? It was like snakes. What were we talking about before snakes? Work! Oh, I'm coming off my fourth 12-hour shift in a row. So I might be a little bit on the tired side. Oh yes, YouTube. YouTube changed its algorithm about 2 weeks ago. And has really started pushing the live streams like I do, people who live streams on the regular. Because I usually end up with maybe 1, maybe 200 people in a live stream, over the course of like 4 hours when I'm live streaming. So, and now I'm getting like a couple thousand, and I am not used to that. So I'm trying to get the monetization for YouTube. So my hope is that before they change the algorithm back, that I meet that threshold. So I have 2,139 viable watch time hours right now on my channel. I checked this morning. So if I keep going like 14, 15 hours every day, I should have monetization probably by the time I'm 48. Yeah. I'm 41 right now. Oh God, I'm 41 right now. Holy fuck. What happened to my life? I didn't sign up for this shit. Oh God. Oh, my bones. Oh, I feel it. Alright, so here's what we got done tonight. They just kind of gotta dry, and then I gotta put their sealers on them. But these are the hang monsters I make. Oh, and the teeth glow in the dark, by the way, because everything's better when it glows in the dark. Oopsie. I think this will be an absolutely fabulous, elf shelf, because I mean, who doesn't want to wake up their kids to that every night in the morning?
Yeah, let me pull up a map of Africa.
I thought you were reading. There we go. As much as I like to work on these, I do have to get some basic touristy shit done. I might as well paint the reds on these fuckers.
Mozambique, and hey, Zimbabwe.
There we go. I can't make fabulous things all the time. I do have to make the boring shit. These are actually all lighthouses from around Nova Scotia. So, this is Yarmouth. This is Cape Virtue Lighthouse. This is Fort Point. This is actually a museum and a gift shop right now. Peggy's Cove. I don't have Peggy's Cove right now. This is Seal Island, I believe. Peggy's Cove is like this, like really big compared to the Yarmouth one. I'll figure out what these are. Give Nightmare Before Christmas. I do enjoy Nightmare Before Christmas. I will not lie. I would like to do. You remember the like the rubber duck on the pull string with the bullet holes in it and the big teeth? I would like to have that for Christmas. So I think I might get my 3D printer guy to print it out for me. And that'll be my Christmas gift to me. Just a little one. Just about this big so I can put it on the shelf. And have it. Oh, I gotta get a hold of my 3D printer guy. I've been asked to make, whatchamacallit, naughty earrings. So I'm kind of in the process of getting him to print a cookie cutter in the proper size, but right now I have a 3mm cookie cutter. And, oh fuck, it's an adult stream. I'll just show you guys. Hang on. So yeah, you started with this one. Like, it's too big. It's 3mm. Like, that's too big of an earring once I get punched. But it needed to be taller because I can't punch it out of the clay when it's this thick. So, and I have some little crystals for decoration. But I need it to be like 2mm. So if you can shrink it a little bit better or a little bit more and then make it taller. And that should be the perfect little earring punch for clay. And I don't discriminate. I got dicks in here too. I forgot how much red sucks to paint over. I have like 100 of these. These were like a collector thing a while ago, and then they just weren't being collected anymore, and then they just ended up in a box in a warehouse, and then they were given to me. Small or big? Small. We need them like normal. I don't want to say normal size because you don't want a normal size dick hanging off your ear. But yeah, I'm going for like the 2mm just because I think it would be a fair size to wear without looking like, you know, horrifying. But I mean, some people probably like the horrifying, so I will probably end up printing, making some very large, decorative earrings.
I'm feeling their energy right now.
You guys got, whatchamacallit over in the UK, right? Like the, high-speed rail?
I'm full of laughter and joy, Fisher. Laughter and joy.
I would love to get on one of those. We don't have any here in Canada. They're in the process of making our first one. That's how backwards we are. Because, okay, I'm going to get a little political here. North America, we are isolated, not in a good way. And that means that we think everyone else, like 50 years ago, North America would have been like the top shit. Unfortunately, North America in general has become very stagnant. So a lot of people still think North America is the big shit. But as soon as you look at any other developing country, you're just like, oh no, we're way behind. Like if you look at like the night skyline of like cities in New York, or not New York, in Japan or China or Taiwan or anywhere really, and you compare it to the New York skyline, New York's got nothing. New York has nothing in comparison to any of the skylines out there right now. Like even Toronto's got nothing to bite with. So that's really kind of disappointing. But it is what it is, I guess. I would like to go to South Korea, but I think I would get bullied because I am fat and old, and I don't like being bullied. I'd probably knock somebody's teeth out. You're fat. No shit, Sherlock. You're pretty dumb if you're just figuring that out now. Like, no, I never noticed. Have you done any amount of traveling in your time? I've been to a few places. I would like to go back to Europe. I've been to Italy. I liked Italy. Italy was pretty.
The force, the gravitational pull, of the awakened ones, that is causing some influence around the globe.
Yeah.
Lydia. Huh. Okay. That's mind control. Oh. Do you know what this reminds me of? Majora's Mask. Where the moon just kind of comes on.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Like with the countdowns happening here and all that. It's like a Majora's Mask. Oh my gosh.
Oh, is that face? Oh, the face is already here.
Yeah, expensive is traveling. Expensive is traveling. Me and Mom usually try to get somewhere warmer, at least once a year. I personally prefer Mexico. Cuba's really nice. Food's a little bland, but that's fine. I can deal with bland food. I can eat fried fish for a week. That's nothing wrong with me. But I would like to travel other places. I've been to Florida. I've been to Texas. I went to Texas in 2018. I went to a convention for Rooster Teeth called RTX. Best fucking weekend of my life. And oh my god, the humidity. Hello, is it North Carolina? My doggy's from North Carolina. She's not here tonight. But yeah, she's a rescue from North Carolina. She hates the heat though, so I'm glad. It's too hot here for summer heat for Canada, so I think she would have just melted in North Carolina.
That weird cut concealed it, so we don't actually know how much time elapsed, but at least
What I'm gonna do with these little lighthouses. Ooh. I'd love to go to Mexico, but only. Yeah. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. I'm Canadian, so I go by Celsius like every other country on the goddamn planet except for the weird one downstairs. The whatchamacallit. I don't find Mexico's hot, but it's a little bit different because especially if you do the all expenses resort thing and you're just kind of there, you're just like, I'm hot. I'll have a cool drink and sit in the shade. I like this.
It matters to you. It matters to us.
Yeah. But I mean, most all-inclusive resorts are pretty much the same. But I found the Texas heat to be a completely different beast than any of the other real like tropical heats. Like the tropical heats, like yeah, you get sweaty, you get damp, you get uncomfortable. But like the Texas heat, you don't get sweaty because it evaporates too quick. Like I was standing on 4th Street at 1 o'clock in the morning and in line for Voodoo Donuts. Best donuts I've ever had in my fucking life, by the way. Oh my god. It was worth the heat stroke. And like I could feel the sweat running down my back. But my shirt was dry because it would evaporate before it ever hit my shirt. Like, it was hot.
Sicily
And meanwhile, if I get warm here, I get sticky. And I stay sticky until I can, like, towel dry or shower or something.
sir. I really hope you are. You are blending in with the sand, and if you are in Sicily, you need a little extra protection, my friend. That beverage does look
Good moment, I must concentrate on lines.
I'm afraid it's not going to matter. I think the sunburn
Ooh,
will
donuts.
lead to this guy's problem.
Oh, that's right. The moon's about
Oh,
to
the rotating.
circulate.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is the air conditioning? I've heard many things like, oh, we just don't do that here, to be like kind of like a America does that, so we don't want to kind of thing. Or is it somewhere in between? Because I feel like I don't really care where something is coming from if I'm more comfortable and not dying.
Out for other people, I'm at an increased risk of melanoma because of my occurrence of moles on my body. So I'm so pale.
Did I have a stripe on that side?
So
No. Why do they only have a stripe on one side? Oh, I don't know what lighthouse it is, but if I only got one stripe, I'll just put one stripe on it. Of hot days to get them installed. Like, we have a heat pump, right? It does more than just AC. It does heat as well, so it's just kind of a versatile thing to have shoved in the wall.
Sicily.
Yeah.
Sicily's over here.
Have you ever been to
Right down here.
really?
Palermo and stuff. So going straight down.
We have like 2 weeks of hot weather and then boom, rain. The rest of the we used to have a lot of rain here when I was little, and we were at camp. And I remember more than one thunderstorm, where like the entire camp would shake, like it was in a blender, like just violently shaking. Like, and I miss thunderstorms. I miss thunderstorms. I miss the snow. I miss the rain. I miss the weather we had when I was a kid. And like the weather's changed. Like my mom, when she used to walk to school, her mother would tell her not to touch the power lines on the way to school because the snow would be piled up so high you could actually go and touch the lines. We had a hurricane here quite a few years ago now, early 2000s. And the hurricane was called Juan. And it was like one of our first hurricanes that, in my memory, that hit Nova Scotia. And I think 3 people got killed and half. But it was devastating for Halifax, like, because we're not used to that shit. And like we got nothing where I was, but like the next morning you turn on the TV and it's like, oh, destruction. Anyway, so that winter we had a snowstorm that I've never seen in my life. It was, we were at the motel at the time. We owned a motel. And the snow was banked up so high in front of the motel, I could walk onto the roof from the driveway. That's how deep the snow was. And you ever see those videos is like where you're driving and like by the road or by the side of the window of the truck is just this wall of snow that's taller than the vehicle? That's what it was like along the lake. And yeah, that was an awesome, in my opinion, that was an awesome winter. But like I said, I like the snow.
Oh, that's really disturbing.
I don't know skulls for
Well,
I think the pilot skulls.
so schools are actually all around us.
Skulls are all magnetic, actually. That's what they don't tell you. When everyone gets vaporized, all the skulls get together into a pile.
Lord.
Okay, don't smudge my work. Yeah, don't smudge it now.
Oh, so the moon just didn't leave.
Yeah.
He's here to stay.
There we go.
Did the moon get moved?
I'll put a little bit more. I'll probably do the doors and the windows on these.
Uh-oh, it's Saturn.
I'm sure that's Saturn or is that Jupiter?
It's Jupiter, you're right.
Wait.
I honestly don't think the USA is going to survive this governing ship. At least not in the way it was before. I don't think it's a good thing, but no one can come to help them get out of the mess. I don't want to get political, so I've got to change the subject.
Okay, so this is Earth.
Because that'll get
Because we see the lights here.
in a knot.
And in the middle of the
Do you guys have lighthouses over there?
not get moved, but it's about to get moved by Jupiter.
I'm assuming you have lighthouses over there, but off the top of my head, I don't remember seeing any specific lighthouses that you guys kind of like, this is our lighthouse.
Actually, this is the space collab.
I know the lighthouse of Alexandria, but that's kind of, you know, not there.
Just jams itself together. We're watching the real life space.
Yeah, we are.
Oh my god, they're here too.
Anthony Edwards is the next one.
I think I know why I'm getting political. Because that's all I've been watching on TikTok lately. It's the only thing on my feed. That and how to make pumpkins. Like, not grow pumpkins, but like pumpkin head costumes. And like, they're so cute and pretty. And I just want to make one. It's just like, I don't have time for paper mache. I have too many things on the go. I got at least 2 shops. No, 3 shops, 1 convention, and a partridge in a pear tree. I got the Oddities Market in Halifax next month. And that's kind of like my big one for the year. I have the gallery at the mall. I have to have enough. Do you know anything about painting? Well, the place is called, Tweety. Got whale bones. Oh, I love whales. I have some ribs and some vertebrae outside, and I think in the playhouse I have a couple of like the shoulder blade parts. We have a lot of bones here. Helps when you know a marine biologist. They can tell you where all the latest wash-ups are. I mean, they don't collect all the whale bones from all the wash-ups because not all the skeletons are complete. And so they're just like, I did help with a necropsy of one a couple of years ago, and that was fun. Thank God it was winter because that thing was rotten. And you can see like all the bites on it where the sharks had been eating at the blubber and stuff every time it washed back out to sea. So that was cool. It was 30 feet and 3 tons. So just a baby. Some of its neck vertebrae were down in its guts. So I'm going to assume that's why it died, because it got hit by a boat.
And not get sucked into whatever void, vessel, cavity, trap lies right there. Just saying.
Do you think that's the sun? I think that's the sun.
When does it get so crusted?
I don't know.
Tiny little lighthouses I don't remember the names of. Oh, my bones.
Not in the orange glow, that tangerine,
Yeah,
that heat that you need to bring.
the color of your energy.
The color of your energy.
It's like 311%.
Yeah, it's like a Chipotle brown bag. You know what I mean? Like what happens?
You ever go whale watching? We have pretty good whale watching here. About 2 hours from where I live. An hour and 15 minutes if you have your own boat. Actually, that's what my supervisor at work did one time. She had a boyfriend, and he had a Sea-Doo, right? Just a little person Sea-Doo. So they decided they were going to go whale watching. So they went over to Metagan, parked the boat, put the Sea-Doo in the water, and it drove and scooted over to Digby Neck. I mean, it takes 2 hours to drive there because you go all the way around. But, if you're going by literally boat, you can just kind of pop over there. And they followed the Megalonova out. Meganova, not Megalonova.
Are you invested in this series?
Goddamn Undertale. Out and was whale watching. She said it was amazing that they were jumping all around her, but she was also terrified because she was in a Sea-Doo next to a 50-ton breaching whale, so it was a little bit hairy. Yeah, but yeah, she's like, I don't think she'd do it again, but she enjoyed the experience.
We're drooling. Wow, 10 years later. 10 years later. One of my good friend's birthdays.
Wow.
Okay,
So the astronauts survived then?
yeah. I guess floating around in space was the safest way to not die on Earth.
That sounds great.
So, and their oxygen held up
Yeah.
in their little suits. It's, oh my god.
I don't know what. I think this is Seal Island. I'm gonna have to check it out again. Yeah, da, 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 da. You guys don't really have Halloween over there, do you? Not in the same sense of kids going door to door and trick or treating. Well, I guess we don't have that here anymore either. It used to be a lot like that. Unfortunately, they started having trunk or treats at like churches and whatchamacallit, churches and malls and stuff. And it was just easier for the parents because like you just take your kid to the parking lot and they run around to a bunch of cars and they get their candy and then you leave. And it's not the same as when I was a kid where, you know, here's a sleeping, or here's a pillowcase, come back at midnight. And you were just like left to the wilds.
Pluto's not a planet, so.
And clearly not here.
Where's Mars? What's going on with Mars?
I don't know where Mars is. Venus is also unspoken for.
Yeah.
But we haven't passed by Venus yet.
Religion is another thing I don't exactly have a flavor for.
Closer to the sun than Earth.
They're all the same, in my opinion. They're all the same.
I could see these guys as like a gang, and Jupiter just like started munching on the planet.
I don't have an problem with immigrants because, I mean, I think of like the people who like lived here in Canada, like the natives, before my pale ass family showed up, and it's just like, well, they probably felt the exact same way. So I can't be mad at them. They're just trying to survive. And things will change. Things always change. That is one constant in this world, is that change, it will always happen.
Good call. 4,782 kilometers.
And even like since I was a kid, things have changed. Like when I was a kid, there was a lot of kids around, and now like no, there's not a lot of kids. And I understand why, because I never wanted to have kids. Well, we got the whole talk when we were in school of, you know, if you can't afford to feed them and house them and raise them, then don't have kids. And all of our class went, sounds good. We won't have kids until we're ready to have kids. And then they tanked the economy. And then they didn't raise the wages, but jacked the prices up to the moon. And then they did like a whole bunch of other shit that just made the world a shitty place. And like I was watching 9/11 IRL. Like I remember that second plane hitting and being like, wow, what was on that floor that exploded? And I just kept waiting for like the second plane to like come around back of the tower, and it never did. And it took me a good about 2 or 3 minutes of like where's the plane? Where's the plane? Where's the plane? Where's the plane? And there's, there wasn't nothing on that floor that exploded. It was the plane. And yeah, anyway.
The time is now. Maybe he's part of the uprising to take over.
Maybe, perhaps.
We have something like that here, but it's only up to, I think, because I remember hearing this conversation earlier in the day, actually. A certain amount is based on your income. But I mean, I think they were talking about, like, your max is like 10 kids. And, like, I don't know anyone who has more than 3. And, oh my god, I do know someone with more kids. Oh, I wonder if she's had more than that, because I don't know. Last she had like 8 or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, it depends on your income. I think the max is like $600 per kid, and once you get to a certain amount of kids, they don't give you any more money. They're like, okay, you've had enough. You're just having this for the money now. And come on, think, brain. My brain is shutting down from lack of actual rest. It doesn't help that I'll leave here and like write fan fiction for the next 3 hours. So I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. Sit down. You know what would be a good another part to that story? Right. Okay. Right now, I am right into K-pop Demon Hunters. I actually haven't watched it yet. I've seen 99% of it on TikTok. in clips and sections, but I've not like sat down to watch the whole thing from beginning to end, and I really should. But anyway, I'm writing this fanfic where Gino and Rumi get kind of like trapped when the stage they're on collapses, and they're still on live camera. So they're trapped in this space about the size of the inside of a car at best. And they're both hurt, and they can't like say anything because they're still on camera, and they can't use their powers to get out because they're still on camera, and they have to be like civil to each other in this tiny, tiny space for like 3 hours till they get rescued. Because I thought that would be fun. I do find though that like the people who have a lot of kids, their kids don't have kids. And I can like there was a TikTok video and it was just like the mom announcing her like 11th kid or something like that. And the older kids' expressions, because you know they're the ones actually raising the younger kids, was just like defeated horror that their mother was pregnant again. Like they just get out of the diaper phase with like the last kid of their mom's like just finished bottle feeding, and now they have to do it all again. And of course they're homeschooled, so they have no way to escape it. But yeah, I find kids that have large families never have kids of their own. No. I had a little bit of the opposite problem where instead of having lots of kids, I was more isolated. Happens when you grow up on an island. My mom intended good, but the isolation was a bit too much. And that's why I work, and then I come home and I live stream and talk to a screen for 3 hours and actually don't go out and do anything with anybody. People. But that is part of life. Could have been a lot worse. I still have my social skills. I mean, I do talk to people all day. So, understanding, like, I just want to go home and just talk. Because I can't really say what I want to say at work. Like, goddamn motherfucking whore. Say that at work. Old people get offended. Actually, old people freaking laugh. Things that old people like. Tea and dirty jokes.
Oh, that's my moon, that's my moon. Oh my.
I smudged it! Fuck! Oh, fucking nugger. What did I just say? Nugger? Back. Self-cancer. Swearing at things. I want chicken nuggets. Do I have chicken nuggets? I have chicken fries, which are like chicken strips, but like thinner. But I only have like sweet and sour dipping sauce, and I don't want to use that. I want pun sauce, and I'm out. They're not bad. Hunger is the best seasoning if you're really looking for something. There we go. Oh god, my bones. Oh, that's not the chair, that's my back. I have to go for thyroid tests. I got a CT scan last November. Nobody got a hold of me, so I'm like, yeah, it must be good. So then I went for my regular appointment with my, I have colitis, so my colitis doctor. And I mentioned I had the CT scan. So he brings it up. He's like, yes, you have this and this and this. And like, I go, what? He's like, what do you mean? Because he's not supposed to say anything because he's not my doctor. But he mentioned something. So I'm like, well, shit. I guess I should have that checked out. So I went downstairs, hummed and well, I went home and I hummed and hawed for a couple of days, fretted over it for no reason, and then went to outpatients, talked to the nurse practitioner. She recommended me down to primary care because I don't have like a regular doctor right now because mine retired after 49 years, which I can't blame the man. After 49 years, I probably want to fucking retire too. So anyway, so I get referred to primary care. Primary care told me to go on Maple and talk to a doctor on there, so I did. And she got pissed off instead of just at primary care for telling me to talk to her rather than just like booking the appointments themselves. It was only the next day. So then I'm booked in for a lung scan. Well, they have lumps on my lung, but they're not concerned about it. They think they're just benign, so I'm scheduled for a CT every year to keep an eye on that. But they're not sure about the one on my thyroid. Plum sauce. You ever heard of plum sauce? It's not bad. Just sweet and kind of tastes like plums. Good on egg rolls. Yeah, so I'm scheduled for a thyroid scan on the 2nd to see what's up with the lumpy in my necky. Which, like I said, if I didn't have the CT scan for another... I got the CT scan because I've been having pressure in my jaw. Okay? And I told the doctor, or I told the outpatient nurse, doctor person, and they're like, well, we don't know what that is, so we're just going to send you for like a barrage of blood tests and scans. So I did. And so we never actually figured out why I was having this tightness in my jaw. We've been sidetracked by the fibroid uterus, the lumps on the nodules on my lung, and the lump on my thyroid. We never did figure out why my jaw is tight.
Right here.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you for popping in and talking with me or listening to me ramble. This is what happens when I have an audience. I start rambling about shit. I will probably be back tomorrow night about the same time. Because anything else would require me to socialize with people outside of this building, and I'm not for that. At least not today. Though I do need to go visit my friend, because I really need to stop ghosting the people I care about. I don't ghost intentionally. Make it a podcast. I have to talk to somebody to do that, wouldn't I, though? Ashley wanted to do a podcast, but, like, what would we talk about? She's kind of like me. It's just, like, kind of work and then nothing after that.
Well, they were on.
Unless you want to talk about, like, ghosts and dinosaurs. I got that shit down. I wanted to be a paleontologist. That childhood dream you wanted to be when you were a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist. I wanted to go to the Badlands of Alberta and dig up them there dinosaur bones. Put them in a museum. Don't know why I was southern there for a minute, but I was.
Shake my hand. Like, that's the culture. I have to carry that forward here. Shake my hand. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah. That was solid. That was really, really well executed.
Looks like you're trying to say bye to me, so I'm gonna let you go and stop talking your ear off and might already be gone.
Okay. So I think if people like this, we can do more. But let's go to episode 4.
Works for me.
The moon woke up.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. Let's do this, bitch. Oh.
I'm hungry.
Oh, this is creepy.
How many more of these have I got to do? I haven't got the blacks on the roofs. Damn it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hold on, can you go back? Look at the performance for the impact of the hair.
Yeah.
Make nuggets. It's like midnight. I'm not making nuggets at midnight.
Yeah,
It's
that's
consistent. It's consistent.
I'm an adult. I have to kind of be like I can't even have cereal. I don't have any milk. I don't have any good cereal. I don't have any cereal. Actually, the Cheerios were stale, so I gave those to the crows. And the other one I think I just finished off, so I only have like this discount brand Wendy's cereal from the Wednesday from like the show Wednesday, and it is very like rich dark cocoa and not sweet at all. But it doesn't matter. I don't have any milk. Oh my god.
The survivor's oldest turn the roads. It's rat time.
Midnight cereal buddies.
Honestly, a sign that the world is healing.
So you guys do Krampus festivals over there, right? Have you ever been to one? Because honestly, that is a bucket list item for me is to go to a Krampus parade.
Me and my rat house.
My friend went to Prague, and like they left the day before their festival, and I was like, oh, why? Take me with you, just leave me behind.
Center rebel. I like that it's broken over and it's kind of like a claw,
Yeah, that's cool.
you know?
Oh, it's in Germany. I'll have to go to that. My luck will get over there and start World War III. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? I think women should run the world. Just for an experiment. Give us 100 years and see how everything looks in 100 years. Because right now, it's kind of looking a little iffy with the guys running it. We have the orange one, and the old one, and the crazy one, and the power hungry one, and the money hungry one. I just say, you know what? Give us a chance to fuck it up, just like everybody else. We deserve to fair treatment.
It does resemble like the jar, like something that grabs the kind of
Alright. Getting to the end of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these to go, and I'm going to bed. I'll put their second coat on tomorrow.
Maybe he's rat like pre-rat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't know about the new hungry one. Do you think if we all just gave them a Kit Kat, they'd calm down because they're hungry? Have a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Is that better? Better.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch South Park over there?
Right? This feels mediated. This is like, we did this anticipating that this would happen, so come with us.
I don't watch South Park, but sometimes it comes across my TikTok feed, and I have to say the last episode they had was very fun to watch.
I could have assumed French.
I grew up mostly on My Little Pony, Simpsons, and Astro Boy. I watched that when it was on cartoons. And then when I got older and into like high school and stuff, it was just like bootleg anime. Like subtitled in like different languages and never the same subtitler, and you know, you downloaded it off BitTorrent and you weren't sure if you were actually getting anime or porn until it was too late, or a virus. Plenty of those.
I think I'm gonna walk away, but thanks, guys.
Those are the good old days.
We don't need this. We do not need this. No, we don't.
Yeah.
And we're not.
I'll watch the Spider-Man.
Hey, okay, tangent.
You heading out for the night? Well, I guess the morning if it's like 3:40 a.m. over there.
I am genuinely excited about DC rising up as like the primary source of good superhero movies. That's it. Continue.
Continue?
We shall prevail.
Yeah, we do.
Wow, what a great ethical company.
Yeah.
Night shift!
Is I wonder why.
Exciting! Are you security or something?
Genuinely, who are we broadcasting to?
The shareholders.
Wait, if it's 3 a.m., why are you getting ready now for your night shift? How long is your shift? 8 hours?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So that they feel assured
Of course.
about their business decisions and where they put their money and the fact
Oh, my bones. It's so close. You don't even have anything on you, so I'll let you decide. So I'll get this one done.
wow,
Absolutely.
they made line up.
They say, that's a good guy. He made line go up.
Yeah, and we love him even though he's dead.
Yeah.
that tracks. That makes sense to me. We have some new security guards at our place. We're getting like the airport scanners into our hospital soon. So another layer of security, 'cause people keep getting crazy. And not in a fun way. They're just bonkers. They don't listen when you tell them to put the knife down. So emotional.
Ooh, hydrogenesis.
Ooh, water soon.
And I had to tell one of my boss's boss to tell his coworker that he's, is a sub, I had to tell a boss to tell his employee that he stinks today. Not body odor stink, but his cologne is too strong, and it's a scent-free environment. And I know he can't smell it because it's cologne he's worn his whole life. But it's a scent-free environment, and my eyes are watering. Please stop that. Put it on when you leave.
Okay. Whoa. Hey, why are we doing that? Whoa.
Don't have any of those. Well, obviously there's guns around. I mean, there's some guns upstairs. But
They're making water.
Yeah.
Cool.
our security guys are supposed to have like a Batman belt, and they're kind of excited about that.
Babies. Cool. We're just generating a lot. Fine.
But they're not supposed to have their phones on them, but they don't have walkie-talkies. So if they have to call somebody or text somebody, they're supposed to go to their lockers, get their phone, and text somebody. And that doesn't make any fucking sense if you're in an emergency and you don't have your walkie-talkies yet. So, like, come on, guys. Common sense? Or is that just a flower that doesn't bloom in everyone's garden anymore? Yeah, I know the answer to that. It's a flower. It doesn't bloom.
Okay, hold on. There was a fluctuation in fluid. Fluid fluctuations. Do you see that? I can't tell if it's light.
I think it's coming down. I think fluid is entering the system.
I'm like,
Kind of hard to tell.
it is really hard. I think you're right. This is decreasing.
I'm debating whether I want to go to a convention in April of next year in Fredericton. So I thought, you know what? The government's cut the ferry and the car and the prices of like transportation in half. So I'm like, sweet. I'll get the ferry over and it'll be half the price, and then I can put the price towards a hotel. Well, I went to book for April and the ferry doesn't run that month. So I'm like, fuck. That means if I want to go to this convention, I will have to drive a minimum of 9 hours one way. And it's just like, is it really worth it? I mean, I don't mind the driving. It's the risk to the vehicle, like damage, potholes, moose, those things. Like, it's the threat of damage. Like, if I'm on the boat and the boat sinks, well, at least, I'm covered. But yeah, so I'm tempted to. I wanted to go on the ferry. I don't know if they just haven't got the scheduling that far up, or if the ferry just doesn't run. I cannot fly. Unfortunately, if I'm bringing my craft supplies, I need an SUV, and I take up the whole back. Like, the seats are down flat, and I've got like tables and stands and drills and literally like bags upon bags of materials. So it wouldn't be worth it to fly. And flying in Canada is fucking expensive. Holy shit. Like bonkers. I can fly south cheaper than I can across Canada. And I know Canada's bigger. That's not the point. The point is I'm not leaving the country. I shouldn't have to spend twice as much to fly to Vancouver as I do to Cancun. There's no drinks on my Vancouver flight. And there's no drinks on my Cancun flight. But that's not the point. The point is there should be. Do I drink? No, but that's not the point either. And one little hat right here.
Like a chainsaw.
like a chainsaw. And what do we see right here? What do we see?
I have no idea if anybody's talking, so I'm just looking down. All right. Oh God. Oh, when's my next chiropractor appointment? All right, I think I'm done. At least for tonight, anyway. All right, so I've got the paint on all of you guys, so they should be dry in the morning, and then I just need to seal them all. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 little hangry monsters. And base coat on a bunch of lighthouse. They need another coat, unfortunately. Alright, I am going to call it a night. So I say thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I hope you enjoy your night shift. Oh my God, I'm going to sleep so hard. Alright, good night, night.